Hello gamers, welcome to what is the last video of 2023. Let me start it off by saying thank you for coming out in mass and watching the YouTube videos and leaving comments, likes, dislikes, hate comments on the videos down below. It's been a really good year. On one end, on the other hand, many of you know my stepdad died last year, so it's been a rough year for me emotionally on that regard as well. So I do really appreciate all the support of the people coming out. It's weird how a year can be so good and so bad at the same time. I mean, anyways, I don't want to make this a depressive video. There's plenty of time for that. Let's play Fjords in the VZ55. Now, why VZ55? A lot of people asked for it. I did the TNH already, and I just think it's time because it's going to be top of the 3 next. So you may want to see some gameplay on it. And since it's Fjords, I'm trying something. Their Manticore is also trying something, which I give him 1 for. Their other Manticore is going to be doing much better though. He's going to be hiding. I think we're going to be pressing the reload button here. We're going to be doing exactly that, 15 seconds. And a lot of questions about gun on this as well. The Clipper is just straight up better because less exposure time. Yeah, we should go smash into the 140 and kill him though. With 5 seconds left, we definitely should go smash into the 140. We're going to do that. We hit him for 600. This is the danger of going into the hole by yourself, buddy. Which is what he did. He went into the hole by himself. As a result of that, he got rammed and he got killed. I don't know why teams are so bad nowadays on Fjords to take the hole, one of the most important positions in the game. They just don't do it. Like it's like they're unwilling to take the hole. Got a nice shot there on the E3 door, peeking out to maybe spot one of their TDs, which is gonna be unlikely, but you want to try anyways. Keeping my second shot here. Gonna be reloading it out. Now I actually want to go back up. This is not a position you sit. It's a position you win and leave, kind of. Because you can't really do anything from here. It doesn't do anything sitting there because I can get shot at by TDs, I can get peeks from the side. There's too many angles to control that I'd rather go back here. The Badger does outspot me leaving though, so I guess I'm going to take another one from the Badger. Happy New Year to you too, buddy. Actually, I just turned around and I absolutely roll him. Like, I don't roll him a little bit, like I ruin his whole life. Like, he's gonna tell his grandkids about the violation I did to him, to be honest. Our Manti is going for their Manti, which is ideal, because we kind of need that at this moment in time. I'm not spotted anymore though, but that should be helpful. And I want to cross over towards the Manticore here, because there's a position from there which I want to show you. After I get tapped by their Manticore, which is better than getting tapped by their 268. There's a position here that I actually want to show you, but I don't know if I'm going to be there on time because we're already pushing in there in the south, and it's from here, roughly here. Now you can't see it because there's nobody there, but you can shoot the people behind the rock there. Now in this scenario, it's useless because we've already pushed out the south, so it's no longer something that's relevant. But in some games, this may make a difference or may be useful for you to remember that that angle does exist. It's an interesting one. Don't see it very often. Gotta be careful to get yellow from the north as well. But yeah, the VZ is just so powerful. It's a pretty easy to play tank IMO as well. Because of the fact that it has those 2 shells, the exposure time is very little. It also has the pretty good turret. Not as good as the TNH IMO in terms of layout. The cupola much more obvious, but still, like, all in all, this tank is nuts. When you have a good game in this, you can really like blow up because of that double clip potential, and that double clip potential is something that is actually also crazy because the exposure time that this tank has to do that to shells is very little. Nice. Little New Year's present for me too. So yeah, I mean, you can see here it's just so powerful at doing those 2 shots and going back. It's ridiculous in that regard. This tank is extremely powerful when played correctly, and it does yield or can deliver you some amazing results. I think a lot of people may have done their top damage ever in this tank. My top damage ever is also in this tank. I did 12k on this on the CIS cluster when I had an account there. It's just extremely powerful tank if played correctly. It's all about hitting those 2 shells, of course, right? That's I mean, VZ gameplay boils down to take an aggressive position, get your first 2 shots out in the beginning of the game. Congratulations, you now have 1k damage. I mean, the second shot on the Manti was risky, but I do take those because I'm going to be fairly close to my reload when I get towards the Leo. I still have a little bit of HP left, so, and I have 7 seconds. Leo is YOLOing in though for some mysterious reason. And the STB actually went north as well, which means that I'm actually going to try and kill the Leo here, which I should have realized immediately. I don't get it. I could have done one more shot of damage there. I thought the STB would stay, but he actually went up to fight the guys coming from the A-line. We got a pretty simple Fjords battle in essence, and yeah, you can challenge this position, but you need a lot of teammates with you to do so. I had a lot of teammates with me, and you need to also count on the enemy team just not going there in force. If they go there in force, which is unlikely, you usually see 2, maybe 3 max, you can win it, and I've seen this a lot happen on Fjords nowadays, so take that however way you want to. It's a bit more of the risky play than being a meta slave and going to the K line of the map, of course, which is very straightforward. Could have done that as well. Would be an option, of course. But yeah, good start. 7k damage. I mean, you know, VZ for me is a tank that kind of plays itself in a way, because it's just like any other hold on heavy, to be honest, in a way, and better at it. And counter is beautiful. Not the good side though, but it is in counter, which is beautiful. Question is here. I don't need turbos. I'm going to be going with vents. My second setup is HP turbo and stabs. I have HP vents and stabs for short maps, small maps, where I don't think I'll be needing the turbo, which I don't think I'll be needing it on this map, so I'm not going to be using it. We have an AMX, we have an Esco. Forturias are top tiers. They have an 140, an E5, an I7, and an AMX. In terms of heavies, we have a straight up advantage because we have the VZ Esco KMX combo. If all 3 of us go on the hill, the AMX is the only one that is really a danger to us. Yeah, the E5 can be annoying, but he's going to die over time. So is the AMX. The I7 can be annoying because he is, well, basically unpennable. Let's put it that way. So if anybody's going to be annoying, it's probably going to be the I7. We got a big spot here from our guy in the even 90. He spots out like half the enemy team in one go. I'm just seeing if there's anything worth shooting at for me. Or not. If even 90 keeps going though, I'm going to probably overpeak him from here and just give him my 2 shells and send him back home to the garage. Which is something that you can do. Auto aim is fine. My mans went to the wrong neighborhood. I mean, I saw him push up, and I said if he goes towards this position, then I'll just peek and kill him. Which is what happened now. I peeked and I killed him. 900 damage for free. A good thing is here, my team bullied their way onto the... my driving is awful. Bullied their way onto the windmill immediately, and that's so crucial in this kind of battle, because it allows us to just peek them and put them into... well, oblivion, really. So you see the max here, gotta be careful from him. Like I said, he can really easily snipe off my cupolas. I kind of want to go for the type actually, if anything, because I'm not gonna lie, he's probably the easiest target right now. So I gave him only one, second one not connecting. My Skunk is gonna play here. He's gonna do 5-6k damage easily. Yeah, but at this point, we just want to go forward. Start picking the I7, who's now getting isolated by his team, backing off too much. His team like really backing off, like get a good shot in on the I7, aim for his load plate, get the second one as well. You know, they back off, the I7 gets exposed, the I7 dies, the MX-M4 dies. It's kind of like a domino effect now, cascade. There's not much they can do about it anymore. There really isn't much they can do about it anymore. The MX-M4 might be going behind the wreck of his comrade there. I give him one for this side plate, give him a second. Nice attempt there, but he's switching to APCR now. Didn't even realize we were shooting AP. That's how straightforward this tank plays. I'm gonna be being an ape here and go to behind the wreck because, you know, I like to be special. This is actually just a, how do we say it? This is not a legit play, by the way. It's just a, how do I say it? It's just a, you know, I felt like doing it, so I'm gonna do it. You know? Ever feel that way? I felt like driving down there, so I am gonna drive down there. And my M4 also felt the same way, and he's also feeling the problem with that. Yeah, not that good of a play. Gotta wait for a bit now before I decide to push down further. Or even go back onto the hill. I might just want to push down further though, and just risk it. It's gonna be costly, maybe. I'm not spotted though, which is a great benefit right now. Gotta get spotted out. I don't have a shot. I need to keep driving down because otherwise I'm going to die. So I'm just gonna drive towards the rock here, which is kind of what you want to do anyways in this regard. So MX30 there. He might kill me if he doesn't blow up rather quickly. I give my full clip on him, but I'm kind of dependent on my teammates now. He's gonna peek me as well, so he's try it too. Trying to bounce their shots while not dying to zero line. It's not gonna be that easy. I really need somebody to shoot the MX30. It's not going to happen though. That's a bit of throwing. a lot of throwing actually. I thought the MX30 would die though, but nobody really ready to shoot him. They should have been a 6k game. Anyway, it should have been a 6k game. I shouldn't really have pushed off zero line like I did. It's greedy and unnecessary. The correct play there, every single time, is just to wait and go to the outside and push down with some teammates to kill the MX30 and kill the other position, and would have resulted into a, well, straight up better game, right? So all in all though, not bad. 4.8. Tried some curious driving. Got punished for it. My team's gonna clean up rather quickly though, but that's cool. Yeah, we would have gotten one, maybe two more clips. I mean, we did get a full clip on the MX30 though. I'm slightly curious how much my Aslains did. Slightly curious how much he did. Yeah, the strength of this tank, it's like close range. I mean, a lot of people are like, how do I fix the bloom on the VZ? Well, I think it's pretty simple. You don't fix the bloom on the VZ. You don't care. This tank is supposed to play within 200 meters of your opponent. It's not a sniper tank. Not supposed to be a sniper tank either. You use mobility to get into position early. You punish with your 2 shells, with which you hopefully do both, if things work out correctly. And then as a result of this, I mean, it's Aslains had a great game. As a result of this, you get a first clip, and that's already like a good start. You know, you do 1k damage. You hit your first clip, you have 1k. Respectable to 10 DPG, like, I guess like 3k. So it's like you already have 1/3 of what you would want, and 1/4 if you're aiming for 4k. After that, you know, if you get that initial damage, which is very possible with this tank because of its mobility, you're always chilling. The only mistake you can make is like trying to trade against the wrong tanks. Like if you're peeking an AMX M4, he's gonna shit on your cupola. If you're peeking an S-Conk, he's gonna shit on your cupola. You play against those kind of tanks, you have to make sure that the peak you make is one to do 2 shots and go back, right? So the S-Conk did very well here. Got the most damage out of it, outside of me as well. Yeah, good stuff there overall. In terms of field mods on the VZ, I don't use all terrain suspension because you can get tracked in one shot. Aiming circle size is standard. You always go for it, and then I go for view range. Then I go for the forward speed, and then as the last one, I use the -4 dispersion. You could take this, you could take neither, you could also take the extra HP. They're all viable choices. It depends on you. Like, they all work. Like, they really all work. Left works, right works, nothing works. I don't always go right, I don't always go left. It kind of just depends a little bit on what I'm feeling. Again, another map where I don't think I'll need the turbo setup to get into position early, so I'm going to be going with HP vents and stabs. We get Fisherman's Bay. Things to note when you're looking at this lineup, no light tanks. It's very important to note that there are no light tanks, which means you probably won't have this position for enemies to be spotted behind the buildings. You have to be careful of that. A lot of heavies, which means they could potentially push the city straight. That does happen quite often nowadays on Fisherman's Bay, that they push this straight. If they do seem to be pushing straight, you could always clip from the bushes here. Get just free clip after free clip. In the beginning, it's pretty standard. You drive to the bushes. You see if somebody's crossing in a bad way. You punish them for it. You always got to keep track of 1 or 2 things on this map. It's one, how many tanks you have in 1-2. We could get overrun there. It's the least likely option, but mainly, how many tanks am I having in the city, and how are they positioning themselves in the city? Are they actually spotting the approach, or are they just sitting at the building? Because you don't want to all of a sudden be having 5 or 6 tanks appearing and be confused, right? But with the way the I-7 is driving, it does seem like I'll have a spotter, so it's not too much to worry about. The 57 gets spotted out, 705A gets spotted out. No shots on them there. Might get a shot on one of them here. Don't connect that one. Which is a bit unfortunate, but at the same time it's alright. I'm gonna be going here where the Fertility is, because that's where the second one comes. Don't connect that one either. That is the... Oof, I almost got the Fertility shot because of me. That's where this gun sometimes does this, right? On range, it tends to troll, tends to miss. It's no fixing it. It's just the way the gun is. My next clip, I'm gonna ruin the 705A as I give him one for free. Now if he decides to go forward, I'm gonna give him the second one for free as well. And that is a huge clip, dude. Jesus. That is 1,120 damage in 2 shots. So yeah, that's a big clip. So yeah, this angle exists in between the buildings is something that you should pay attention to and should be aware of and ready to utilize as well. It's mainly when they back off from this building that you can punish that. Just like the 705A is just continuously doing. So we call it donation. And then this T57 angle as well. Yeah, not connecting. Like I said, this gun on range, it's not a sniper. It's gonna do this quite often. It's frustrating, but you have so many strengths to this tank already that it's like, if it could snipe, it would be the most busted thing already. It's already pretty busted as it is, so. I'm coming and really waiting to see if the 277 wants to back off, but it doesn't seem that way. I don't think the 277 wants to really play. If he did, we could punish him. Their VZ's in the middle. I don't like peeking those angles where they're currently in. It's just, I'd say don't mess with them. Let them sit there, because if I get spotted, you know, E4 is at the back building. He could punish me. IS4 is crossing though. This is going to be an interesting one to clip. I'll really trade. I'll take it. I'll really take it. I'll take 1 shot from the E4 to do 2 on the IS4. I'll take it. Sometimes trading a little bit of HP is not a bad thing. Now I'm going to be looking towards the E5 to do to him what I did to the 705A, if you remember. Actually, I'm just going to do to the 705A part 2. I may have been the E5, I'm not sure. I know that he was speaking in front of the 705A. May have resulted into something. Not sure on this. And then here we're just like controlling the angles. We're aware of what can peek us and from where. And utilizing that to our advantage. I got spotted. Like the E5 actually outspotted me. Got a good shot on the E5. We snapped the second one, we hit that too. Take some damage from 80. Quick 4K, I mean, like really, once you like know angles, positions that people can play on the VZ, it plays itself. And look at the ammo type I'm firing. I'm not sure what people can cry about now in some YouTube comments. Like, Daki, why are you full gold noob? I mean, you know, I basically shot all of my AP almost. If you wanted to know, that AP has 260 pen and the APCR is 306. It's not that much of a difference between the two. Of course, it makes things easier when you have that APCR. I want to kill this man. And again, I said it, I'll keep saying it, this gun does troll. It will continue doing so. It's just this gun being this gun. Don't try to fix it. Don't put improved aiming on this. Don't put IRM on this, although IRM is not the worst choice, but still. I think they're just better equipment pieces. If it ain't broken, don't fix it, I guess. Yeah. The only issue is here with the CS. I would like to kill him. Because I can farm the 277 if I kill the CS. I'll tell you, bro. If I could explain to you how these bushes work sometimes, it's going to be costly. That is indeed very costly because the VZ is there as well, and the 50B. If I could explain you guys how these bushes work, I would. I don't have a clue. I'm telling you. Ever since the update, I feel like they're even less reliable than what they were already. It confuses me to hell, like, because I'm pretty sure that you could peek on the right side before and not be spotted immediately. So like, it confuses the hell out of me as well to Like, I don't know how they're supposed to work. I gotta be real careful here against the VZ though. Like, really, really careful. He seems to be running away though, which is interesting. Don't know why he's doing that. 50B also ran away. I'm gonna try my strategy that I wanted to do earlier, which is the peek from here. Because I can peek from this building here and actually punish. And then hopefully run away on time to not get clipped at a VZ. Let's see if that one works out though, that's the bigger question. Yeah, I got a clip on the 277 there. Chilling, so we take it. Game is still very close, so we still have to be very careful on our future moves. I'd love to clip a 50B. But sadly I don't really see a way how to do it without being in trouble. Because the VZ could play this and it's very risky. I'd rather wait for my team to push the city, which they're probably gonna do. And then peek the 50B or the VZ. I can maybe peek the 50B already though, but again, gotta be careful from ID as well. No 50B to be found there though, so I'm gonna go back. 57 gets spotted out. It's really a shame that I'm not ready, or was not ready for the 57. I'm waiting for him to get spotted out again to see what he's doing. If he decides to drive forward or anything, or just sit there and die. I guess he's just gonna sit there and die. Well, sometimes people make decisions that you would not understand, and it's pointless to try and understand them. Got a good Cupola shot there against the VZ. Puts us at 6.6. I know they still have a healthy 50B somewhere. Yeah, the 57 just didn't want to do anything. Like, there's nothing you can do about this. It's no word even thinking about it, because yeah, the I7 is gonna get the shot. I saw it too that it was available. We already saw the I7 move towards it. Now the 50B is probably on 1-2. He is not actually, but the shit binders over there though. But I get the shot against the 50B, puts me at 7k. I'm reloading my hash clip now for the shit bind. If I get there on time, maybe there's some potential to do a big, really big game though. Like a really, really big game. If I can outspot him, of course, that is. I should have aimed that one fully. I should have aimed it fully! Yeah, I should have aimed it fully. I mean, 7.6 will take it still. I should have aimed it fully. That was greedy. I thought somebody else was going to hit him. I don't know why. And I wanted the max damage, and instead I'm dead. It's a banger VC game though, nonetheless. It's just banger games in general, and this tank is just very comfy, very straightforward to play. If you remember that you are not a tank that can just sit and hold on, but you're peek, shoot, go back, peek, shoot, go back. It's all about health management and choosing your moments to clip, of course, which is the most difficulty part. And of course, picking the right equipment is also a step in the right direction. If you have the right equipment on your tank, you're already, in my opinion, like 50% ahead of a lot of people. Of like a large percentage of the player base. By the way, that was a really good series for the closing video of 2023. I'll show you the post-battle stats and the statistics, and I think it's time to close 2022 then, as a year, and bid you all a wonderful 2023, which is crazy to say. 2023, getting old. We're all getting old. We're actually all getting old. Turning 28. Yikes. Ah, we do have 8K. We have a blind 8.1. Really good game, though. Like, really, really good game. 8.1. What a session. If the Mali game, we didn't throw that much, would have been wicked as well. 6.6 over 3 games. Crazy VZ session. I even fired AP. So I also need 189 credits. So, you know, nobody gets to complain about anything. Anyways, gamers, thank you for the support during 2022. I hope you had a wonderful year. If you didn't have a wonderful year, I believe and I promise you that 2023 is going to be the year. I want to thank you all again for all the support, all the love throughout the year. And yeah, let's see what 2023 brings for my channel. All the thanks, and for everybody personally as well. Can't wait to see what happens, but I think it's time for the final goodbye. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all in the new year. Peace, ways.